Morning, TGIF. It's Friday the 20th, December the 20th. This is It Happened Today in History. I hope you enjoy these. I enjoy doing them. Please like, follow, share, watch the whole video. Help me out, please. Let's get into it. On December 20th, 1957, while spending the Christmas holidays in Graceland, his newly purchased Tennessee mansion, rock and roll star Elvis Presley receives his draft notice from the U.S. Army. With his suggestive style, one writer called him Elvis the Pelvis, a hit movie, Love Be Tender, and a string of gold records including Heartbreak Hotel, Blue Suede Shoes, Hound Dog, and Don't Be Cruel. Elvis had become a national icon and the world's first bona fide rock and roll star by the end of 1956. As the Beatles' John Lennon once famously remarked, before Elvis, there was nothing. The following year, at the peak of his career, Presley receives his draft notice for a 2-year stint in the Army. Fans sent tens of thousands of letters to the Army asking him to be spared. But Elvis would have none of it. He received his one deferment, during which he finished working on his movie King Creole, before being sworn in as an Army private in Memphis on March 24, 1958. After basic training, which included an emergency leave to his beloved mother, Gladys, before she died in August 1958, Presley sailed to Europe on the USS General Randall, and for the next 18 months served in Company D, 32nd Tank Battalion, 3rd Army Division in Freiburg, Germany, where he attained the rank of sergeant. So, yeah, he very popular, but served as all should. And we continue with Europe. In 1963, Berlin Wall is opened for the first time. Exactly what does that mean? Well, after more than 2 years after the Berlin Wall was constructed by East Germany to prevent citizens from fleeing communist regime, nearly 4,000 West Berliners were allowed to cross into East Berlin to visit relatives. That's what the Berlin Wall did. It separated families and the whole 10 yards, and you weren't allowed to cross one way or the other until this day. Under the agreement reached by East and West Berlin, more than 170,000 passes were eventually issued to West Berlin citizens, each pass allowing one-day visit to East Berlin. Now recognize that East Berlins were not allowed to leave still. Yeah. The Berlin Wall came down, I think, late 70s, early 80s, sometime like that, which opened up everything and made it all nice. Let's continue with Germany. In 1941, Hitler to Halder. No retreat. One of his first acts as the new commander-in-chief of the German army, Adolf Hitler informs General Franz Halder that there will be no retreating from the Russian front near Moscow. The will to hold out must be brought home into every unit. Halder was also informed that he could stay as chief of the He could stay on as chief of the General Army Staff if he so chose, but only with the understanding that Hitler alone was in charge of army movements and strategy. Some say that was his downfall. And continuing on, in the 1990s, 95, NATO assumes peacekeeping duties in Bosnia. In art and literature, in 1989, Roger and Me opens in U.S. theaters. In crime, in 1986, a man's chased to his death in Howard Beach hate crime. In art and literature, Latin American Caribbean history. In 1989, U.S. invades Panama. And finally, in the Vietnam War in 1960, National Libertarian Front formed. And there you have it this Friday, December 20th. TGIF. Hope you have a good day and a better weekend. See you tomorrow.